Hi everyone, it's Becky again. And please feel free to call me Becky. I am not a doctor yet, haven't earned that doctorate. Not a professor, I'm just associate graduate faculty or an instructor. If you really want to be formal, go ahead with Miss Osterfeld, but Becky is truly just fine. I get enough Miss O at middle school, so not a problem there. Thank you for continuing to watch this second video after I kind of deceived you with the first one. Part of me just really gets a kick out of what you can do with it. It does feel a little like magic, but I also thought it was a great introduction and kind of a warning that anything we do with AI has to involve that HI component, that human intelligence. You need to bring in what you know, what you can see, what you can consider, and truly, more than ever before, we have to question a lot of what we see. If you thought that was a really neat little avatar, don't worry, you're going to have a chance to make one later in this semester, and you could use it on whoever you want for good or for mischievous purposes. So I did want to give you this video to give you kind of an overview of what is where in the course so that you could find all the important things. It feels like every semester Blackboard updates teeny tiny things, and it's always the one thing you're looking for. So I am in the current course shell. I made sure I've got all the newest updates, so let me run through this real quick. The content tab is exactly what one would think. It's all the content for the course. There are 12 modules plus a start here and an ooh, look at this. You may not see all 12 when you start. AI is such a funny little beast right now. It's growing so quickly that even materials and tools I shared last spring when this course was taught have changed significantly, and so I am revising the course as we go with the most up-to-date information. So as I finish a module, I will pop that up for you to be visible, and you are welcome to work ahead if you choose. I'll come back to the content here in a minute. Calendar tab, we love a good calendar tab. You can look at this two ways. You can go date by date, and anywhere you see a dot, that means there is something for this course on that calendar. In this case, it is optional office hours. Every Wednesday from, that should actually be 6 to 7, I'll be updating that. I will be on in Teams. I'll get you the link. I'm just going to be here working, so you do not ever have to come to a single one. It will not hurt my feelings. It will not affect your grade, none of that. But it's a great time to hit me with a quick question or run an idea past me or just share something cool you found. Or sometimes you just need that little accountability to get you moving. That's what I do all the time with my grad work, so you are welcome to use those as you see fit. But then you can start to see that on Sundays we have some more dots, and as you scroll down, all assignments are due Sunday nights at 11:59. You'll see all of your assignments listed on the calendar. Now, if you're not a calendar person and you prefer seeing the list, here you go. All the assignments listed by due date, January 18th. You'll notice that the Start Here module is due and Module 1. This is the only week I have 2 modules due like that. But all of your items are listed in there, and you can click anyone to go directly to it. The Announcements tab, it will make weekly announcements for you and drop them in there. They're almost always videos. It's my attempt to make an asynchronous course feel a little bit more personable. I truly, at my heart, am a classroom teacher, and it's very hard for me to do this virtually. So it's a way to get a little personality in there and hopefully catch some interest and make this class a little more interesting. So I also give you tips on that week's assignments, so always a good idea to check those out before you start. The Discussions tab is exactly what one would think. All of our discussions will be on this page, including our intros and this optional, ooh, look at this, where you can drop any new tool you've seen or ask people, do you have a tool that does such and such? It's just kind of a sharing space for any new AI tools we find throughout the course, because they do pop up almost daily. Gradebook, pretty self-explanatory. All your grades will appear here as I get them graded. I am generally pretty quick, certainly within the week, unless it's a major project, and oftentimes a little bit quicker than that. Messages, to where you send messages to each other, to me. I would prefer that you use course messages when you're contacting me about this particular course so that you don't get lost in my Marshall email, which has all kinds of things from all other people. I will check this daily or every other day, and that way you know I will see it. If you put it in my email, sometimes in the crazy periods of the quarter semester, I can't guarantee I'll get to it immediately. And then groups, don't plan on using those, so we're good there, right? Let me come back to the content. All of these modules have a consistent structure, other than Start Here, because Start Here is a little bit different. You had your videos, all of them will have an overview, and then they will have their assignments. This one also includes the syllabus, okay? They all include an AI Transparency tab, because this course was built with 7 other doc students and myself, and as we built this course, we noted which tools we used and how we used them so that we were fully transparent in what was ours and what was AI's. Never was it used to generate something out of whole cloth. It was always either brainstorming or rough drafting, and then workshopped, wordsmithed, and all the things by the group. But every one of your modules will have that available for you, okay? And then as you continue with the normal modules after Start Here, modules 1 through 12, the module of overview and objectives page, all on one page. What are we doing in this module? What do I expect you to be able to do by the end of it? What are your assignments in detail with any links you need directly to the assignment? And then any resources that were used either as learning materials or in creation of the assignment. So some of you love printing these out and working off of this. Here you go, all on one page. You are welcome to it, okay? I do want to point out that Blackboard Ultra has brought back the content navigation bar on the left-hand side. This was an OG Blackboard thing that some of us really missed. This way you don't have to go in and out of the module constantly. After the overview, the individual assignments will appear. So if you don't print it out and you just want to go to the assignment you need, you can certainly do that. All the instructions are identical to what's on the overview and objectives page, again with the links. But here you can see a little more. You can see the due dates, what category, they all go in assignments, how it will be graded, whether it's points or on a rubric. I cannot stress enough, if there is a rubric, please look at it before you submit. In fact, sometimes even before you create, so that you know, what is she looking for? What am I supposed to do with this? That way you don't spin your wheels and go down rabbit holes, which is really easy to do. So there's your assignments. You can bop through those. And like I said, AI Transparency for every module is available for you. Okay. Hopefully this consistent structure will help you find what you need each week. There are no textbooks to purchase. Anything that's out there now is kind of the very first generation of AI texts, if you will. And they're not real meaty yet because we're still learning so much. So in this particular course, it's better to find just recent and reliable articles so that I do stay on top of current developments and get you the information. I fully believe we will come out with AI textbooks eventually, but I've not seen one yet that's worthy of your money and your time. So instead, everything's here, okay? What else did I want to tell you? You do have 2 kind of mega modules, if you will. Modules 5 and 7 are really big. Rather than make you do all of that in 1 week, they're split into 2 weeks. So it will say that, and you'll have 2 separate due dates. These 3 are due February 15th. The next things are due February 22nd, and same with this module. All of that's noted in the calendar and the assignments, but just to kind of point it out for you, okay? We do have, like I said, the ooh, look at this discussion. You are welcome to pop in here and share anything. I also want to point out that we will have optional office hours available to you every Wednesday, starting this Wednesday, from 6 to, that should actually say 7 p.m., and it will be in Teams. I will get you the links for that. I will be in there, and I'll be working. And you never have to show up if you don't want. It will not hurt my feelings. It won't affect your grade. It's just something extra. And if it means I sit there by myself for an hour and work, good Lord, there's time for that, because, like all of you, I'm working full time and I'm a doc student and I'm teaching here. So I've got work to do. But I would love to chat with you if you pop in, because I do miss that student interaction. So you're welcome to come in and ask questions, run an idea by me, share a big win, share a sticking point or a gripe, or just hang out and work silently yourself, whatever makes your heart happy, right? There is another cool feature I wanted to show. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know if people are going to like it or not. But it's called Class Conversations, and in assignments, so not discussion posts because you're already talking, but in an assignment, whether it's a Dropbox or something like that, let me move my big head here, you'll see an icon up here that kind of looks like a strange stick person with a speech bubble. This is a place where anyone in the course can come and just have a discussion back and forth. Maybe you have a question about an assignment or a tool, or you wanted to share something, or I don't know how you'll use it, but I wanted to let you know it's available for all of the assignments. It's not graded. If you really want me to reply to something, you may want to also just shoot me a message, because I'm not necessarily going to monitor your conversations. These are more for y'all as grad students to use, but I will kind of peek around just to see if and how it's being used, because I'm intrigued. Would this be helpful or not? I don't know. Anyway, longer than I wanted to spend, but hopefully you just turned the settings up to a faster speed and got through this. I'm really excited to see how this course goes this semester, adding some new items. I hope you have fun, try some new tools, or maybe experiment with some older, more familiar ones. Please reach out with any questions. I am more than happy to help, and I love the learning and the discussion. Happy to be here, happy to be your little guide on the side. So have a wonderful semester, and I look forward to meeting you in the introductions.